so many challenges, difficulties, and some tough situations that seem to be stumbling block to us achieving our goal. Oh yes, I know it's happening because I am a youth. Good evening and welcome to Youth Arena, live on Freetown Television Network, Channel 35, and on Freetown Radio 90.5 FM. Youth Arena is a program that looks into and discusses issues affecting young people in society, ranging from social, emotional, political, and economic problems in society. In Youth Arena, we educate, we motivate, we inspire, and we entertain young people. I am Cecilia Ali Sesay, and this is Youth Arena. But hey, in the midst of all those trials and others, we still have that. Welcome back. You're still watching and listening to Youth Arena, coming to you live on Freetown Television Network, Channel 35, and on Freetown Radio 90.5 FM. Today in Youth Arena, we are going to be looking at young people's strive in helping the government to fight COVID-19. And for that reason, I have two gentlemen with me in the studio. I have with me ALVIN from the Sierra Dream Alive Foundation, and I also have with me EMMANUEL TOWEH from the Mr. Slim movement. Gentle guys, good evening and welcome to Youth Arena.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's start with you, ALVIN Moore. Let's start by you telling us what the Sierra Dream Alive Foundation all about.
Well, thank you very much. The Sierra Dream Alive Foundation, it is like, you see, we are striving, as the name implies, Sierra Dream Alive. We are striving to relate success to young people in society. We are trying to actualize their dream. And I believe it is going to be a little bit difficult because actualizing almost all the youths, or we are not saying that it is not possible to give them what they want, because we do not class whether you click, whether you we believe that if we because the whole platform, it is centered around giving them hope. It is centered around putting and making house for all these people that are being discriminated out there, these people that are regarded to as cliques, these people that are regarded to as dropouts, these same people that we are abusing, we are insulting, telling them all sort of names, that they are, teenage pregnancy and all these things. We are trying to put them together, encourage them that no matter the situation, of course, there is a future for you, and we are going to actualize your dream. And we are working actually in three phases. We are attached to school, we are attached to communities, and also universities, because, like, you see, we believe that in school we are operating in a memorandum, as we encourage young people in believing and reaching what they want. And in communities, we are seeing how best we look out for these guys that I can say, today have been an hindrance in the society.
Okay, so what's the main mandate of the organization?
Well, the main mandate of the organization is seen, as I said earlier, is seen that in any means we give hope to them and tell them that, of course, show them reality so as to bring them together, in seeing that we provide them a better Sierra Leone and a better future.
Okay, so over to you, Mr. Slim. Tell us what Mr. Slim Foundation is all about.
Thank you, Osmo. Mr. Slim Foundation started in 2018,
Okay.
just after the general election. It was formed from EMMANUEL TOWEH and myself. So the nickname for EMMANUEL TOWEH is Mr. Slim. I decided to form Mr. Slim movement just after the 2018 election. Actually, I took part in the 2018 election, aspirant for NGC constituency 126, which is Brookfields, Railway Line, the likes of Kintom, half of Kintom, Ascension Town. So just after the election, I thought it fit that young people after election have been forgotten. So let me form Mr. Slim movement to find a way out how I can gather young people together, establish more creative ideas for them, and also help the community So we formed the Mr. Slim movement in the name of Emmanuel Toye, but Mr. Slim movement, with a full executive young people coming together just to help constituency 126. So the reason why Mr. Slim was formed.
Okay. So ever since the existence of Mr. Slim movement, what are some of the activities that you've been engaging in to meet the mandates of the organization?
Well, I can't say I want to meet the mandate of the organization, but meet the needs of the people, especially young people in the community. Just after the election, the first flag program of the government was cleaning exercise. The Mr. Slim movement took effective part. Every clean exercise was distributing 1,000 gloves, 1,000 aprons to young people to help them clean around the constituency. I was even there with the movement, extending it to Wilkinson Road, Kuta Road, the likes of Aberdeen. So I was extending this movement to other people, even though it's not part of my constituency 126, but I was helping young people out there. So I've given the first flag program was cleaning, and next we have this Corona COVID-19. So I decided the COVID-19, let me do something for the constituency. The first thing I did was to place this bucket around the constituency. As you can see, I placed the constituency have two wards, Ward 432 and Ward 433. So I decided to take the bucket into two different wards. I didn't even make the Veronica bucket. I decided to do this full blue case. So I did because the volume of the water. Thinking about the bucket can only, it can be refilled 3 times a day. According to my community, because I have to deal with Congo Market, I have to deal with St. John, Red Pump. So I decided to use this type of big volume. So I distributed this kiosks and with a stick and banner just to show people how to do the hand washing and how to prevent themselves. And secondly, just before the second lockdown, I decided to distribute food around the community to the less privileged. At first, I said, let me target aged people. But going further, I decided, no, we can't target only aged people. There are young people that have more than 2 kids, 3 kids. They can't go out to find their living. So let me help my little way, because I believe nothing is small to give. So these are some of the things we've been doing since the Mr. Slim movement was formed.
So, based on what you said, in other words, is the Mr. Slim movement just for your constituency, or it's for every other part of the country? Because most of the activities you've named now are being done within your constituency.
Like you rightly said, charity begins at home. Okay. And these people bestowed their trust in me. They voted for me. Even though I lost the election, but they bestowed trust in me. So what I did first, the movement have to start with 126. It's an inspiring program. Like you just said, Youth Arena. I was listening to introduction. You said it's inspiring youth, motivating youth. So I want to inspire and motivate more youth who can do better than me, who have the more hand in power to motivate them around their community. Forget about election, forget about politics, to just help the community. Just like my young brother is saying, it's a good idea. It involved a lot of money, but it started somewhere, and now it's challenging. So it's a challenging program, but I want to start with 126, because I was called from 126.
Okay. Now, Alvin, tell us what are some of the activities you've been engaging in as a foundation?
Well, literally, we started this movement on the 9th of March 2020.
Oh, it's quite
and
new.
so, yes. So our first project, due to the corona pandemic, so we're unable to do, series of projects. But our first project that we're embarking on, because since, they forbidden the social gathering.
Okay.
And so in that, what we're planning to do is a national online debate and poetry championship. Now, in the debate, you'll see that the theme for the debate is the corona pandemic.
Okay.
A site in social media, because we believe that the negative utilization of social media is serving as a significant hindrance to this country. Yes, and being this, now we are most of the people are engaged in social media, being that we are not allowed to be moving, we are not allowed to have our social gathering and all. So most of them are engaged in social media, and in this they are seeing that they are also being part of the trend of disseminating false and negative informations. And so in doing this, we want to lay a platform where we would draw them, encourage them, and also inform them will let them know, giving them the knowledge that of course there are also positive uses of the social media. And so in this, we've come together and we've seen how we've tried our best in seeing that we organize a national online debate and poetry competition.
Hold on, Alvin. How do you plan to draw young people's attention to the positive use of social media through an online poetry competition and debate competition?
Well, this is it. First of all, we've sent out flyers, and you see, as I said, the theme earlier for the debate is the daily utilization of social media.
Okay.
And so, in this, we are going to gather information from the debate. And also, having been that we are doing it in social media, it is going to attract a lot of people that we can do a lot of benefiting thing in social media rather than being part of a trend of disseminating false, deceitful messages. I believe you're understanding me. And so we are going to gather together a lot of information in this debate and see how best we compose and compile them. Start a thorough sensitize, and it's also going to be on the social media. That is why we are now trying our best in seeing how best to cover all these fallacies, all these, these things that are causing both the corona false news, the political, everything. We want to see how best we can attract them in seeing that we can do something educative, we can do something that is valuable and beneficial, something that is not only helpful to others but to us ourselves.
So who are you targeting? Pupils from preschool, secondary schools, university, all of that?
Well, for the debate, we are targeting senior secondary schools, and for the poetry, it is open. Actually, the poetry is open because again, the poetry, the theme is based on the coronavirus, and that is to see how best we're able to convey a message, and send it out there to people. That of course, nonetheless, the situation we are experiencing in the corona pandemic, there is of course courage, giving solutions. That is why it's a theme. We are going to draft topics from that theme that will help people, inspire them, and give them courage. And of course, there is a better Sierra Leone. Nonetheless, we are experiencing this particular pandemic.
Thank you, Alvin. Mr. Slim, why do you prefer the name Mr. Slim Movement?
Okay, just as you can see from the statue of Emmanuel. So when I was young, back there in the school, most of my colleagues used to call me Slim, just because the looks, they were calling me Slim. So during the election, you must have some ways and means that someone can remind you in a more faster way, because I was using EMMANUEL TOWEH. So it was difficult for some people to know that this is TOWEH, and sometimes the name to pronounce, you even have some problems. Some say TOWEH, some say TOWEH. So I decided to say, okay, I'm Slim. So because I'm into this election, I'm into something, let me give myself some amount of status. So let me say Mr. Slim. So it was right because of, you look at the man himself, it's a slim man. And the Mr. was driving because I wanted to add some status to the name itself. So it was drive for myself.
So giving yourself a status is one of the reasons.
Yes.
Okay, so one would want to look at it like you're using the movement to get on your fame or to get on your populace for maybe future elections to come. Maybe you have plans for that.
Then I should have waited for 2021 and started doing these things if I wanted that. Because
Well,
most
that's
of the
the
time,
point, because
I should have.
I still have issues with you basing every of your activities within
The
your,
movement.
yes,
Okay.
and within your constituency,
Okay.
because that your constituency is not Sierra Leone.
Yes.
There are other parts of Sierra Leone,
Yes.
and so one would look at it as a kind of biased thing as to other youth. What your constituency youth are experiencing now, the advantages they are getting. You don't think other youth deserve same opportunities?
Oh, sure, they deserve. That's why I told you earlier that charity begins at home. It started with 1 to 6. Even for the facial marks, slim facial marks, has been distributed around. What I decided to do for the slim facial marks, around the rest of the constituency, I didn't put any face of Mr. Slim. It was slim facial marks. When 1 to 6, I decided to place the face of Mr. Slim. So I'm giving out the face time over 5,000 facial marks round. I can't reach everybody. It's an helping, it's a starting point. The Mr. Slim is not owned by Emmanuel alone. I have an executive formed from young people around the same community. I have diaspora also around. They are living there somewhere out there now, but they believe that I can expand and do something. And even at Freetown, Aberdeen, the likes of Wilkins Road, I've started it. I've just moved to Wilkins Road, Dokoti, roughly Dokoti. So you know what I did there? I formed a committee called Dokoti Youth Movement. We are the first to even produce a Dokoti Max. God save me. I started it there.
So the funding, where are you getting the funding to do all of these activities? Is it from political fundings, or it's from your own personal fundings? As young people, you come together to do it. Let's know about that.
Okay, let me say 80% of the funding came from Mr. Slim. I happen to be the general manager of a printing and supply company, E&J General Services. I'm into printing. Even the facial marks, the sticker, the billboards, the banner, I did it myself in my office. So I'm into printing. So 80% of the fund comes from Mr. Slim, and like I said earlier, I have diaspora who believe in the movement and who are expecting more from me. So they come together and say, okay, Mr. Slim, what's the next project? I say, this is the project. What do you have? I have this amount of money. Okay, let us add something there. Just like my brother was saying, online debating. The reading skill of young people is so hard. But he find it all the way for them to pull the flyers out there so people can reach them. Because the only means now he has now is to do the online. There is no social gathering. So the only means I had now to now is to get it together. Because even the corona, youth involved. And even the youth involved. So youth are the backbone. They are in every activity. So I decided to form the youth, and the youth are taking part. You cannot imagine that most of the youth placing their own money for marks just because they want to move. And they are saying, Emmanuel, we need to share the marks, various markets. As I'm telling you now, we are targeting now. The Mr. Slim is not targeting now 126. The 5,000 marks is going to place at 7 markets in him. You have the Kuru market, is our hometown, the Kuto Road market, the, is it called Dovecot, the market there, and you have the Kinjimi market, Aberdeen market, and the Mountain market, and the Aberdeen market. So we are targeting marketplaces. The reason being that the marketplace, that's a place where most of the people, the social distance is not being exercised. If you watch on the marketplaces, the social distance is still need to be taught there. So what we did, we wait this entrance of the market, the 2 entrances, we sensitize people, please, you need to do social distance and give them marks.
Okay. So, Alvin, tell me, when is this online poetry and debate competition starting?
On the 25th this month, and it's going to end June 16 next month.
Okay. So, now, a lot of people would look at it in an aspect wherein the network problem in Sierra Leone, internet facilities, how many students would actually have the internet facilities to go through the online courses, and how do you plan to manage that?
Well, with regards to the facilities, now you see, for those that are having access to internet, you know, not like we realize that there are people, there are youths out there that do not have access to internet. But so one way or another, I can say they are not involved in, you know, the misusing of the social media, of the internet. They are not involved. So those that are involved, those that are using the social media, those that are negatively using the social media, and those that, you know, they are glued to the social media in such a way that, you know, it is serving as an interest in their social life, in their academic life, you know, spiritual life, and all others. So we are targeting these people. And with regards to the internet, the network, of course we understand that there will be a network problem, and because it's a issue that have been brought up, we discussed on it. And so for those that will not be able to, like, you know, those that are having network problem in some certain areas, we've tried our best in seeing that, you know, because there are going to be times when, if you have a network problem today, we are going to give you time for you know, the day you'll not be able, that's why we are going to be having postpones. Yeah, we are going to be postponing debates and seeing that for those, that is why we've encouraged people to have several networks, several SIMs, because on unlike the fact that we're able to meet them facially and give them these SIMs, but we've tried our best encouraging them that we are encouraging you people to have several SIMs, because for the meantime you'd have this company having problems, the other is okay, the other is having problem, the other is okay. So in this regard, we've encouraged them, in going to the market, see how best, because there are going to be certificates and also consolation prize for their efforts and all. Although after it, we are going to convert a message that will be able to teach them.
Okay. So tell us about the prizes for the winners.
Well, with regards to the prizes, it's actually, I can say it's closed for now. Yes, the reason being because like we don't want to get it, we want it to be people. We want people to come for it in out of their willingness, but not because of money. Yes, we want people rather than focusing on the money, but rather focus on something that will benefit. We want them to see the benefits, but rather not the money. So for the consolation, that is why it's called consolation prizes, because we want to make it, a little bit advanced, a little bit on advanced, I can say, because
Okay, Alvin. It's an online competition, debating. For debate, we all use what we know here is you stand on a podium, you have your audience, you talk, and then apart from the judges' assessment, you have the audience. They'd have to know that yes, this person performed very well and deserved to win. So, which of the social medias are you going to be using for that
well,
debate?
it's going to be done via WhatsApp. Yes, because it is going to be done in such a manner that would give time. The moderator is going to give a specific time that you're supposed to send in your voice message, because we are doing it in voice message, though we are also going to be engaged in texting, because there are some people that does not know they know how to speak actually, but they cannot write. Yes.
So why WhatsApp? Why not other apps like Zoom? At least you get to see
Zoom,
the person
yeah,
talking.
yeah.
But WhatsApp, I can record my voice and give it to my little kid sister and tell her to send it as her own debate.
Well, it is now, unlike other debates, that is why I said it earlier. It is necessary for all these things. But again, what I told you earlier, what we need is the information. What we need is to attract them in making them in giving them the ideology that we can do something good with social media.
Alvin,
So as
Alvin,
to
in as much as you're doing it, yeah, the fact that there are prizes involved, it means anybody who's going to take prize, you should worth it, you should merit it. So I'm
course.
looking at the aspect of where people would rather cheat to win it than to get it in a genuine form. Because for WhatsApp, how can you be able to identify the person's voice? Because mind you, will be having students registering for the competition from different angle. You don't know them personally to identify their voices, and that's why I was asking why not using other platforms as in Zoom, wherein you see the person debating, you see the face, that face that he or she might have used to register.
you see,
That's my point.
of course, what you're saying is right. Then again, Zoom is very, very essential, because we have to see you facially. We have to see you through the phone. But again, what we're thinking minus the MB, the megabytes being used, minus the megabytes, what we're saying here is, because now we are going to make sure, although there are people out there that are coming, we are going to have a perfect screening. We are going to create a perfect group for them, a group for them where we'll get, that is why we've already created the group. We'll get to see, because we've given them a limited number, where we'll get to know each and every one of them. And if it happens that, because of course what you're saying is right, one might cheat, and in situations like that, I can say, because what we need, that is why the moment we need a winner that will not go, but a winner that will serve as a role model. That is why, however, be it you cheat or not, it is, however, to a particular time going to be recognized, because you are going to serve as a role model, and you are going to help in bringing other kids together. You are going to serve as an ambassador of changing the statuses of people.
So meaning you will be using the winners as an ambassador for the organization
Of
to
course.
propagate your messages.
Of course.
Good, I get it. Mr. Slim, tell us about the charity stuff that you've been doing. How many areas have you been able to target in communities?
For the COVID-19, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, we're targeting the two wards, like I said earlier, and we're expanding it to Freetown, Aberdeen, and Wilkins Road at large. So I'm targeting communities, not targeting a particular place, a community. The Docotee community is a one-based place, and next, Trish Amas is targeting Aberdeen, Wilkins Road, like the place I'm saying. So basically, the pending program now for Mr. Slim Movement is like we've done with this feeding and ongoing with the marks. But I thought it fit that the Becker and the MPSC students are there. They need to benefit something. So what I decided to do as the movement and executive, we are using all the past question papers for the Becker and the MPSC. We put it into a volume of books. Supply, starting with the area they identify, supply these books so that they can use it, because there is no way now to do teaching a lesson, a face-to-face lesson, and I can't do online due to the internet. Not all the parents are able to even afford even an Android phone, not talk about the internet or data. So distributing this exercise book, both price question paper, Becker and the MPSC. The reason why Becker and MPSC, we just want to target exam students. For now, most of the GSS1, GSS2, they are just waiting. They can take the exam again. But for the external exam students like the Becker and the MPSC, they need to read ahead. And because most of the questions they are facing, these are re-questioning. They're just changing the language. So we are giving them past questions and printing them out and bringing it to the handout and distributing it to communities. You help because it's going to be few original and run the copies. I will do that. So we distribute that to each and every parent to give out to students. And I'm even pleading that if the exercises reach you, at least if the neighbor can't reach exercise, you can help there also. You can't be using it because I can't teach everybody. It's a starting point, so you can use the exercise. Let me the exercise for this week, or let me this week, because it's a small volume for now. It's going to be more than 1,000. It's going to be 100. You know what it means to print out a volume of exercise book, and you are targeting Becker and NPSC. So for now, that's the pending of Mr. Slim Movement.
Okay, thank you very much. So viewers, this is Mr. Slim and Alvin Moore talking about their activities in the fight against COVID-19 to make sure that they engage young people and to continue to inspire them. Now, during this week, Youth Arena was able to interview the Advocacy Network for Girls, Sierra Leone, who have come together and they did a song for COVID-19. And they are trying to spread out their messages out as an advocacy network for girls campaign. So let's have a short music break done by the Advocacy Network for Girls Sierra Leone, who did COVID-19 song.
Well, my name is Precious Koroma, a pupil of the St. Joseph Senior Secondary School and the National Treasurer and Advocacy Network for Girls Sierra Leone. The Advocacy Network for
Knock, knock. Ah. Papa, good evening.
Yes, how do you feel? How you blow so?
They don't
Talk!
They don't go notice. So I said, we can't do it. Hi.
So when I give you notice, now I for can?
But we don't go notice, you know me, I just know.
No, you know Yeri what the president they don't talk. You know the Yeri? President they don't talk, stay just at distance. Everybody they will say you there.
Yeah, we cannot get no self for go.
You know get you man? Eh? Me us na what carefree?
No, I don't say so. No.
I manage car you park it in there, half one. So
Papa, I
go back.
No get no self for go na beg beg. Papa, we beg I call me picky with me, I beg no get no self for.
Give me max. Because I don't want to begin talk something just now, something common on me mouth. You see? Now some of the things that is okay make me have the one. Now make no one go picking that you don't understand. Now they want that they don't come out offline, they can't give corona. Not like this.
They not get corona, now you picking and I blood, they just get for can. Who say again you want me to go?
I show you they say them picking and You say what they tell now? You say what they tell now? You see that thing that they wanna all put inside my bag there, you understand? Now they put them corner under now burn them. Even the one they wanna wear.
This way now we na doing a bona. Then they in a book after they in a washing and then I go inside.
Can they not me they defy?
No, I need the fire you are.
That thing, you see that thing that I wanna carry with inside my bag? Now they put them behind and wanna burn them even the one they wanna wear. Now you hear me? You hear me? Wait down. Now all they watch now and now they sit down. Are they watching now? You hear? Anybody will go inside me us if I take the preventive measures there. You don't understand? See, man, Taki, come on a village, you cannot see. We can't give you corona. I don't play with that.
Welcome back. You're still watching and listening to Youth Arena, coming to you live on Freetown Television Network, channel 35, and on Freetown Radio 90.5 FM. Well, that was a song video done by the Advocacy Network for Girls campaign, sending a message of COVID-19, its preventive measures, and propagating girls campaign for our girls who are at home, currently not doing anything, and then they're being at risk to sexual harassment. So the Advocacy Network for Girls campaign is sending their message out there. So now let's take a short interview from the Advocacy Network for Girls campaign, and let's hear from them.
Well, my name is Precious Koma, a pupil of the St. Joseph Senior Secondary School and the National Treasurer Advocacy Network for Girls Sierra Leone. The Advocacy Network for Girls Sierra Leone is a non-governmental organization that deals with issues that affect a girl child in a society. It also deals with things. It also deals with advocating for girls in the society by saying no to rape, no to sexual harassment, no to early marriage, teenage pregnancy, and say yes to education. Well, we are on a sensitization tour, and we are sensitizing the general public. We are going communities to communities to tell them about the coronavirus, to tell them, to show them the preventive methods of the coronavirus. Well, we have gone to the Kube, we have gone to Motame, we have gone there to do sensitization based on the coronavirus. We have done educational programs like spelling bees, Well, some of the challenges are when we sometimes talk to people, they don't actually pay attention to us. It's like they're saying, I quote, they are not picking them, waiting and get for tell you about coronavirus. They're not getting nothing and get for tell you. So like those are the challenges. And when we try to speak to some of them, they will use offensive words that it won't go down well with us. But though we are doing a sensitization, we don't have to say anything because we are sensitizing them. So, well, the way forward is for us to just be patient, join our hands together to see or to fight this COVID-19 of a thing. Because if it's only for us in advocacy, we are ready, because we are only advocating. We advocate for girls, and we advocate for things that are affecting the nation as a whole. Especially girls, because girls face a lot of problems in the society. So that's the way forward. Prepare the song titled "Say No to Corona." The song is based on sending out coronavirus messages to the public, on how to prevent yourself, what and what to do so that you won't get infected, what the Ministry of Health and Sanitation have said based on this coronavirus. So that's all this. We have prepared a song on that. Well, we have gone to various media houses. We have gone to SLBC. We have gone to 98.1. We have gone to Sky Radio. It was played on Sky Radio recently. So we have gone to various media houses.
My name is Blessing V. Bangura from the Advocacy Network for Girls in Sierra Leone. I'm a pupil of the Summit Senior Secondary School and also a part of the ANCEL Force Committee. The Advocacy Network for Girls Sierra Leone, ANCEL, is a child fund organization that associates with the building of girl, child, and women in society. As the motto says, promoting the dignity of girls in Sierra Leone.
Welcome back. You're still watching and listening to Youth Arena, coming to you live on Freetown Television Network, channel 35, and on Freetown Radio 9.5 FM. And that was a message coming from the Advocacy Network for Girls campaign. I'm still here with Mr. Slim and ALVIN Moore. They're telling us about their strive in fighting against COVID-19 as a young people in society. We continue the program. So, ALVIN, tell us about the competition. If, let's say, we might be having young people watching you now, let them know how they can register for the competition or how they can be part of the competition.
Well, of course, it is open to young people, as I have classified them here earlier. And in reaching, we've sent out flyers, and for those that have seen the flyers, you'll see a contact line there that you can send SMS to or even WhatsApp message. And for those that are not able to reach the flyer, you can send SMS message to the number 034538729. Again, 034538729. You can send SMS message or even on WhatsApp. Yes.
Okay. You said the competition is going to be until June 16th.
Of course.
I stand to be corrected. Is it going to be from stages to stages, meaning people are going to be eliminated as the process
Of course.
goes on?
We'll be having group stage. We'll be having semi-finals, quarterfinals, and grand final.
Okay. So is this open to partnership? Maybe you need
Well, of course.
sponsorship, you need people
We
to
need-
partner with.
Of course, we need people to partner with. We need sponsorship, as you know, with regards that it is also going to help these companies, because we'll have a lot of people that want to participate on the competition, and so they'll have to be top up in their phones and all these things in order for them to be part of the competition. So in this, I believe it will also help several companies like the AfriCell, QCell, Airtel, and minus that, we are also looking for people, because we are also having a lot of projects to come, and they are going to be super attractive as well as encouraging and motivational to young people.
So if someone is watching you now and might want to partner with you, how can they reach you? Do you have an office? Where is it located? Or how can they reach you? Let's know.
Well, actually for now, we are having a host. Let's say we're having a little office at inside the Annual Memorial. Yes, we are having it there, and you can go there, and you can just, when you can ask the gatesman, you just ask the gateman for the Sierra Dream Alive Foundation, because as at now we are looking forward in having a very confidential resident. Yes, but as it's been that we are growing, we are just people with aims, you know, with dreams to achieve, and as well reaching people to also allowing them to actualize their dreams. So this is as for now, but for simple you can call the number, the same number, 034538729.
Okay. So, Mr. Slim, tell us what's the way forward for the Mr. Slim movement. What are we expecting? What activities are you going to be engaging on?
I already said that we are ongoing, the school ongoing activities on for now, the NPS and the Beckhead. We are on this activity, this is a pending activity, and it has cost me and the executive a lot of money to put in these materials together. You've been thinking about past questions, getting into a volume of pamphlet and print it out, even have the large copy. So this is an ongoing project. And one thing I want people to know about the Mr. Slim movement, it is a non-political movement. That's why you've never seen a color representing a party or a logo, a symbol of a party. It's a non-political organization. And what the movement stands for, I want the movement to serve as a motivation for others over there, others in other areas within the country to help in whatever action, in whatever way they can. For now, I'm helping the COVID-19, just as I'm following the flagship of every government activity. Not being that because I was a politician in 2018, because I'm not standing here as a politician, I'm standing as EMMANUEL and helping others. Because if I wanted to act in 2018, I will tell you that I'm coming from so and so party. But I'm not acting from X or A party. I'm acting as EMMANUEL, as helping hand and a movement. So the aim of this movement is for a motivation for others. I want to be motivation for others, like you said earlier. You said you don't want Mr. Slim movement to be a biased movement only for 1 to 6. You want it to be for Freetown, the likes of East End. You don't want the movement to be biased. And I'm saying that the movement won't be a bias because we've already reached 5 community, which is off my community. But thinking about the finance and the funding for now for Mr. Slim, we have to limit so we can reach people effective.
Okay. So what would be your final statement or rounding up statements to viewers out there?
I'm still open up for helping. Though we are doing the funding, but we can still help because the more I have an external helping, or we reach out to more people. Now we are limited to few people. But imagine me having more fund coming or more volunteer coming in. I'm also open to partner. Individual can be out there and say, okay, I want to help Kisi community. Well, let me use the movement to help the community. We are there also. I want to reach out people, reach the poor with rice, just like I did. I want to reach the poor with facial masks, but I have guarantee people who I can trust in the money, who I can trust in the facial marks, like you said earlier. So the movement is there to help in exercising youth also, and also improving youth in various activities. So I'm open up to partnership.
Okay. So how can people reach you? Do you have an office?
Yes, office, 71 Solia Street.
Okay.
I use also my business office and also the movement office. There's a space there for the movement office. And the line also is 76345542.
Okay. So, Alvin, what's your roundup statement to viewers out there?
Well, as it has been my purpose here today to see how best I reach, inspire, and motivate young people out there. I want to encourage them that for those that might not be able to be part of this competition, to please stay safe at home. COVID-19 is real. Please stay home. And again, to those that are engaged in the negative activity of the social media and you're unable to reach us, please engage yourself in something that is positive, because I want them to know that of anything we can have a positive result depending on our utilization, especially the social media. So I am encouraging them. But again, the Sierra Dream Alive Foundation would be very helpful to them. So this is my message to them out there.
Okay, thank you very much, Alvin Moore and EMMANUEL TOWEH, aka Mr. Slim. Thanks for being with me, and it's a pleasure having you. Thank you, viewers. Thanks for being with us in the program, and thanks to my producer, Crispin George, and the control room operators Ebenezer Lee and Peter Silva. Thanks to the camera operators Kelly and Big Fish in the building. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you, and thanks to all our viewers for watching. I am Cecilia Alice Sesay, and this is Youth Arena. Stay with us. See you next week. As young people, we go through so many challenges, difficulties, and some tough situations that seem to be stumbling block to us achieving our goal. Oh yes, I know it's happening because I am